Very special speaker this afternoon, and I am pleased to introduce our special guest, Mr. Andrew Scott. Our special guest this afternoon has attended Caseville Public School from kindergarten, and he graduated in 2013. During his time at Caseville, he was an active leader on the golf team, student government, he played saxophone in the band, and he took special interest in making a scene at all the home basketball and volleyball games. After graduation, he attended the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor. During this time, he was also a prominent member of the sports and entertainment media, where he won awards for the university based on shows in which he starred, wrote, and produced. He graduated from the University of Michigan in 2017 with a bachelor's degree in economics and statistics, with a focus in labor theory and econometrics. He has since worked in the commercial finance industry for the past 6 years as a credit underwriter for different banks, and he now holds a senior position with the management company that services over $900 million in loans approved throughout the state of Michigan. He currently lives in Ann Arbor, and in his free time he enjoys visiting family, collecting, and doing what his wife tells him to do. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the 2013 valedictorian, Andrew Scott.
Woo!
Thank you, Mr. Ewald, for that nice introduction. Between the two of us, I gotta say, we're really aging like fine wine. We're hanging in there. Oh, hello, everyone, good afternoon. Also want to thank Mrs. Warchuck and Mr. Principal Parker for asking me to come and speak today. It's really my privilege. I went and found my old valedictorian speech. It's actually on YouTube. My uncle put it there. It's racked up an impressive 30 views in 10 years. And I watched it for two reasons. Number one, I like watching myself speak on television. And number two, I wanted to try and get the mindset of how I remember sitting here 10 years ago, same spot, same chairs. Those might be new chairs. Are those new chairs? It's nice to see what my checks are going towards here. So, all I could really remember is how unbelievably boring this is. It is a nice day outside, and we are just sitting here. There are no windows in this room, and this just goes on and on and on. I feel worse for the band. They get nothing out of this. You at least get to graduate. So, what I will say is, I'm going to talk for a little bit here. If you would like to check out while I speak, I will not hold it against you. But conversely, if you do listen, I hope you find something meaningful in what I say. I've always been kind of an extra person, right? I like to add extra meaning or pomp and circumstance to big and small moments in my life. Sometimes in a very nuanced way. I remember the Saturday morning of my graduation. I woke up, I was already feeling nervous. You know, there were a lot of people at my house who would come for this thing, and I was feeling kind of cramped. So I figured, I'm just going to leave for school early. Hang out there a little while as things start to come together. People trickle in, that'll ease the nerves. So I came up to that set of doors, right up there by the auditorium, and I stopped. I thought to myself, you've been through this set of doors like 1,000 times, but this is the last time as a student. That's important, right? That's like really cool. If this were a TV show or a movie, I'd like to think that some dramatic music would start to slowly build up, as if I were about to make some huge leap of faith into life, and it was all down to this moment. So I loosened my shoulders, stuck out my chest, took a deep breath, went to grab that door open as if a fanfare soundtrack were about to erupt. It was locked. Yeah, I had come 3 hours early. Back then that was unusual. If the school was open and someone was here, we didn't have the extra security. The doors didn't lock, but no one was here. So, I turned around, went home, and then by the time I came back, I don't remember for sure, but I think I entered with someone, a classmate maybe. I completely forgot about the door in my moment until way after the fact, and didn't even know that. So that was that. It wasn't until all this time later that it occurred to me that the door was a perfect allegory for life. You've probably gotten a lot of the cliche stuff, about graduating. Hey, life is yours. Go out and take charge. Good things will happen. Dr. Seuss even says it, right? You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. That is a load of crap, okay? Don't buy it. Starting today, life will begin checking items off a long list it has created of ways to screw you over. You will face failure, rejection, disappointment. You will struggle on exams. You'll have your heart broken. You'll have coworkers or jobs or bosses that you hate. You'll lose friends and loved ones. Your body will betray you. You'll learn to hate insurance premiums and property taxes. Imagine if that was it, I just left. Okay. There is, of course, good news here. All of those horrible things can be overcome. Even better, you already possess the tools to do this. They are innate in your being. I'm not going to list them out, as they're going to be a little different for each one of you, but they're there. And most of them will only be learned through practice. You're not going to get a bad test grade or bomb an interview in 5 years and remember me. That's not how it works. You will be there in your life and have to decide what to do in that moment. You have to maintain strength, focus, and most importantly, positivity. If you take on all experiences, good or bad, with a responsibility to life, life will ultimately realize it has a responsibility to you, too. So what gives me the right to tell you this? Well, all those things I mentioned a moment ago are personal experiences. Stressful classes, hard jobs, heartbreak, failure, depression, anxiety. My bingo card is already filled up. And I made it through. Hey, I'm alive. I'm standing. And I suspect I have far less emotional maturity than many of you already do to handle this. So I'm doing all right. You'll be fine. Facing adversity takes practice, and you're going to have lots and lots of opportunities to get good at it. I still have them all the time, too. Last summer I got married. And going off the market broke a lot of hearts, as you can imagine. We had a beautiful ceremony and reception surrounded by lots of love and family and friends. It's a very happy period, happiest in my life so far, for sure. My in-laws from India, and they came all the way to Michigan to see the life their daughter was married into. They even got to see Caseville. They were here, they got to spend time with my mom and dad, spend time with us, and it was all without issue when they got home. And that was really a miracle because my mother-in-law was quite ill. And 3 weeks later, we are informed the illness is deteriorating very quickly. And my wife has to frantically get to the other side of the world at a moment's notice. She arrives just in time, and a day later, her mother, who had walked with me down the aisle 3 weeks earlier, dies. Gone. And I didn't even get to say goodbye. I still haven't come to terms with that, and I haven't found peace. I don't think I ever will, not fully. A very good, pure, innocent, kind family was severely wounded. And a husband lost his wife at what should have only been the halfway point of their marriage. My daughter lost her mother just as she reached a point in life where they would be friends as equals. That was not fair. In short time, though, it did take some time. You can't do these things instantaneously. I was able to extract some wisdom from an experience like this. It's borderline cliche, but my perspective has a major overhaul, seriously. Small things stopped bothering me. My ambitions, my ego, all of that was tempered. I was no longer worried about my next big moment in life, or what I was going to do to advance my career, make more money, whatever. My life goal suddenly became one thing. I wanted to be a good husband. I want to live in a long and happy and healthy marriage and stay close with my family and give the best life possible to someone who was very precious to me, who was robbed far too early of someone very precious to her. I tell her every day that her mother could die on her own terms and peacefully because she trusted that I could watch over the family. And I don't know if that's true, and I don't know if I can do it, but I am going to try. My wife's goal is to celebrate a 60-year wedding anniversary. What does that put me at? 86? I wasn't allowed to say they were disgusting, but I hate vegetables, and I'm going to have to eat a lot of them to live that long. So the real lesson is here is you will not always, almost never, in fact, be able to control circumstances. What you can control is how you respond to them. You control how your life will be meaningful and successful. So what is your success? Again, it's something you control. Let that answer change. Feel comfortable as it changes. And even when you face struggling times, be prepared to answer that question. Some of you, I hope, will be able to find your success without a tragedy like that. I hope that's all of you. The problem is, even in easy times, it's still difficult to find, direction, purpose, meaning, what defines you. But not to worry, because I have developed for you a questionnaire to answer this question. Okay, I realize that sounds a little redundant, but that's okay. It can be the parameter for which you live your entire life. It's just 3 questions, patent pending, and satisfactory results are guaranteed. If you remember one thing today, remember this. Question number 1. This one is often misunderstood. Are you hurting anyone with what you're doing? You owe it to the people around you, the people who depend on you, not to cause them harm. Wake up every day and be a good person. Not because you're expecting something in return, but because that is a return itself. Being a good person is its own return. Choose a path in life that perpetuates kindness and compassion among your neighbors. Take care of your family when they need you and make the care they've given you worth it. Question 2. This one's often overlooked. Are you hurting yourself with what you're doing? This is a pretty easy one, but it's kind of hard to say out loud when you're wrong. You owe it to your being in this life to take care of yourself. Don't be self-destructive. Don't indulge on easy choices that cost you chances at excellence. And don't settle when you know there's still gas in the tank. Third and final question, my favorite. Does what you're doing make you happy? There's a reason you ask the questions in this order. This is the be-all, end-all. You're not hurting anyone. You're not hurting yourself. You get to do what makes you happy. It's not simple. So I heard some of you are going to college. Some of you are going straight to the workforce. Big college, small college, whether or not you finish college, so what? That does not matter. If you live in this town your whole life, you go off, live wherever. Doesn't matter what your peers are doing. They are on their own path, with their own, often undisclosed, challenges. So you owe it to them and to yourself to ask only these 3 questions internally. Success will mean something different to each one of you, but it's important to remember that it's not something you achieve. It's something you live. Every day it will change a little bit, feel a little different. Sometimes it'll be fleeting, obstructed by adversity. You want some better cliches than Dr. Seuss? Here are some Andrew Scott ones. Tomorrow always comes. Better days will always be ahead, and you get to wake up every morning and fill out the questionnaire. I'll give you a quick example. This has been kind of heavy so far, right? These are big life moments we're talking about today. I'm going to give you one example. One of my favorite recent memories. It's a smaller moment in life where I asked the questions and realized I was living my success. I was with my wife. We were in Target. We went and looked in different areas of the store. When I found her, she was deciding whether or not she wanted to buy this green sweater. I said, "Oh, honey, come on, I'll get it for you. We hardly ever treat ourselves, right?" That's that normal, isn't it? Good husband. This was strategic, however, because I had in my hand a Star Wars toy. Yes, okay, I've been collecting Star Wars toys since most of you were born. Just gonna have to get over it. Okay, there was a consensus this morning that I could not wear a Star Wars toy tied to this thing, so just accept it. After we checked out, we walked out of the store, and I held my head high. As in one hand, I had this toy. In the other hand, I'm holding hands with my beautiful, smiling, happy wife who had her new sweater. Strangers have got to be absolutely baffled seeing this great oxymoron here. A grown man with a toy, but somehow pulling that so bad. Like I said earlier, my life would be a fantastic television show. But we were happy. It's a small thing, but I had completed my questionnaire for the day. I answered to no one when we walked out of that store that my life was successful. You have to choose your own identity and choose your own path. You have to expect challenges at every turn, but know that you live your life every day and in every moment
living, breathing proof that you can go through horrible, miserable, sadness, stress, and challenge, and then turn around and be okay at the end. Happy, bliss, peaceful. Rest easy tonight, because if I can do me, you can do you. The doors never stay locked. And thanks for your time, everybody. Congratulations. You guys have all my love and blessings. Enjoy it, all right? Thank you.